The word Verdugo literally translates from Spanish into executioner, a fitting name for Ramon Salazar's left and right hand, which do come off. Well, at least the right one does.
I've sent my right hand to dispose of you.
Your right hand comes off?
Say whatever you please.
They are an integral part of the castle section of the game. They are always beside their master, looking as menacing and as imposing as a bodyguard should. You even get to fight one of them, the one in the red robe, in a tense and pulse-pounding showdown where you can finally see the horror that lies under the hood. A showdown where you need to use liquid nitrogen to make the nigh unstoppable and invincible murder machine vulnerable. It is such an infallible and impervious stalker that the game even encourages you to run away instead of fighting the insatiable assassin to the bitter end. The Verdugo are, without a doubt, one of the most memorable parts of Resident Evil 4, and, undeniably, one of the most unforgettable creatures in the series. However, curiously, their fate, or rather the fate of one of them, is vastly different in the remake. In fact, said fate is not even shown, making for one of the biggest oversights in what is, otherwise, an exceptional and flawless retelling of a classic adventure. As stated before, there are two Verdugo, one in a red robe and one in a black robe. In both versions of Resident Evil 4, the one with the red robe is the one you ultimately fight, though this fact is much more apparent in the original game, where Ramon Salazar is shown commanding his faithful lapdog to hunt down and eliminate Leon.
How dare you! No more games! Kill him! Kill!
But this fact is not so clear in the remake, where said scene is omitted. Instead, we can only infer that it is still the one with the red robe, because this would match the original game, and it is the one that steals Ashley back, which makes Leon shoot it, prompting it to turn around like, "I'll remember that." It's also the one that throws Leon into the pit that ultimately leads to the area where you fight it. But in any case, the one you fight has a clear fate in both versions of the game. It either dies if you choose to fight it to the bitter end, or it survives only to never be seen again if you choose to run. Considering the massive fall Leon endures in order to reach the area where you fight Verdugo, and the overwhelming number of corpses down here, it's possible that there is no way up other than the elevator. So the Verdugo is left trapped forever in the deepest reaches of the castle. This is honestly the only explanation as to why we never see it again if we choose not to end it, since otherwise I don't see why it wouldn't simply return to its master once Leon escapes. But regardless of the explanation, the red robe Verdugo always has one of the two same fates in both versions of the game. The black robe Verdugo, however, is a different story. In the original game, it is seen with its master all the way to the end. It even gets to throw Leon's knife back at him. Ultimately, this Verdugo fuses with Salazar for his boss fight. This is very likely what the Verdugo becomes after said fusion, since it resembles the face of the Verdugo we fight. However, in the remake, the fate of the black robe Verdugo is different. In fact, it essentially has no fate, since we only see it once when Salazar first appears. We then never see it again. Ramon is either alone or we see him only with the red robe Verdugo, who we also see on its own. The one in the black robe simply ups and disappears. It is literally never seen again. Even when it's time for Salazar's boss fight, his other faithful servant is nowhere to be seen, and Salazar transforms for the fight on his own. So what gives? It feels like they basically just forgot about the other Verdugo, which is why I said it's a big oversight. Now, it's easy to see why this would happen, since they weren't about to make you fight both Verdugo simultaneously or at different times, and since they changed Salazar's boss fight, there was no longer a need to have the second Verdugo fuse with him. Still, even with this reasoning, just forgetting about it is a bit much. Surely, there was a way to utilize the second Verdugo, but I guess that they could not find such a way, so they opted to just sweep it under the rug and pretend like it never existed, hoping that we would forget about it. But we didn't. At least I didn't. Now this is not really a big deal. We still get to fight one Verdugo in the same iconic and memorable way, and we still get to fight Salazar in a much better boss fight to boot. So it's not like the second Verdugo is missed or anything. The game did not lose anything important, nor did it get any worse due to said inconsequential loss. All the disappearance of the second Verdugo does is leave us scratching our heads, wondering if this was deliberate or just an oversight. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section down below. Also, please do drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more
Resident Evil.
Additionally, down in the description, I have affiliate links for GameStop, which is where I buy all my gaming related stuff, affiliate links for Amazon, which is where I buy all my stuff that is not gaming related or groceries, and a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page. These links will all allow you to support me directly if you would like to. I would very much appreciate it. Also, I have a link to my main channel where I cover Pokemon. If this is something that would interest you, then please check said channel out. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.